Well, looks like someone appears to have my Bluetooth speaker, so I don't know where it's at. So hopefully everyone could hear me okay. It looks like everything is good to go with my sound because, to be honest, um, I've had some issues with sound over here, and so I'm a little nervous when it comes to going live over here. But it looks like my audio is at 75%, so we're good. So my name is Kira. I am one of the co-founders at White Collar, the mobile app. We are an online skills building platform that connects folks to industry experts so that they can learn and monetize a skill set. So lots going on. The premise, the topic of this live is um, how to charge for your services, for your time, your expertise confidently, right? Um, Especially when you're a coach, a consultant, a mentor, one day I'll go into the differences between all of them. But when you're in the helping profession, right? When you're in the business or career helping profession and you're um, you know, giving your blueprint away to folks um, when you've met a certain level of success, right? A lot of times what I'm seeing is people giving away free game, right? Because they want to help people. And they know that a lot of people aspire to be business owners or aspire to be more successful career professionals. And in certain platforms, I'm seeing a lot of people giving away that game for free, despite the challenges that they have gone through, the money they have spent, um, you know, learning the things that they have learned, the bumps and the bruises along the way, mistakes that have been made to learn the knowledge and the expertise that they have. Um, and so, as their way of giving back to the community, they are giving away a lot of free game, going on live, doing teaching lives and things like that on how to's, giving away or presenting how to's when it comes to doing certain things, right? And I love that for them because there are a lot of gatekeepers out there that hold the information because they don't want to see, they're very competitive and they don't want to see people attain the level of success they've attained. They've worked very hard for where they've gotten to. And so they feel like, hey, like, I'm not going to just tell you how to do what I do. Um, you going to have to, oops, screen went dark. I'm not going to just tell you what to do, what I do. And some do that for selfish reasons because they feel like if you get as good as them, then you'll take some of their customers. But then I think there's also a small percentage of people that do that because they want to be paid for their services. They want to be paid for their knowledge and expertise. And it's a difficult premise. It's a difficult premise between giving away, giving back to the community by giving away free game and not charging people for your expertise, and then charging people for your knowledge, right? For your time and your energy. It's a difficult premise. It's a difficult position for a lot of coaches and consultants and mentors to be in. Um, and I have been a coach. I don't do coaching as much anymore, publishing coaching, but I have been a coach. Um, And the only thing I offered for free was a discovery call. You got a 30-minute discovery call. You could and that the purpose of the discovery call was to, see if we were a good fit or a good match. Like, I was a good match for what you were trying to achieve, as well as you were a good match for what, I was trying to do, which was to help people learn and monetize a skill set in coaching, in publishing. Um, there were a lot of people that came my way that just wanted to put a book out and they weren't interested in monetizing it. Just wanted to have something to leave behind, a legacy for their friends and family. Um, and so, not to say those people weren't a good fit, but the competitive side of me, I found it very hard to accept that because I know how much money people have to invest in publishing, especially if they get a coach. So it was very hard for me to be with people that just wanted to put a book out because my thoughts were eventually that um, wouldn't pan out for them. Just after they decided to put the book out and they realized how much money they spent if they weren't selling the book, that they would be um, disappointed. And so yeah, I didn't I charged after the discovery call if they decide to choose me and move forward with my services. Um, I did charge. Everything you could get a la carte, you could do certain publishing packages, but the discovery call was simply to see if we were a good fit. Find out a little bit more about them, see what they were trying to do, and then see if we were a good fit for each other. A lot of times what I got was people trying to regay. People trying to pick my brain, get as much information as possible so that they could do the thing on their own. And probably I could have done a better job of being more clear about what the discovery call was beforehand, before we actually met virtually. Like, this is what the discovery call is about. I am not going to give you free mentorship during the discovery call. But that's what a lot of people try to do. So it's about setting limits and boundaries as it pertains to what do you what you're willing to give away for free and what you aren't. You got to be careful about that as a mentor, coach, consultant. You have to be careful about not setting clear boundaries and not being your boundaries not being so porous and permissive that you allow people to get over on you and get what they need without paying you for it. If you're offering paid services, you have a um, coaching program that you offer, um, you have to understand that if you're too permissive with information you give away, then no one is going to buy the cow if the milk is given away for free. That's just how it is. No one's going to buy the cow if the milk is always being given away for free. You are going to have to set some boundaries as to what information you're willing to give away for free and what information is information people have to pay you for. People generally don't respect people, unfortunately, don't respect people that always giving away information for free. You give them an inch, they're gonna take a mile. They're gonna keep asking, they're gonna try to keep getting that information from you, then you're gonna create a certain codependency relationship where they're never going out and getting any of the information on their own or trying to get the information on their own or even or even applying the information you're giving them. And so you're creating codependency, learned helplessness, and things of that matter. People have to do some of the work too. It's a 50-50 thing in coaching and mentorship. In fact, I'm going to play the video for you. But there is a really interesting Facebook post I saw where someone was talking about how when people have problems, you have to really decipher and decide if they really want help with their problems or do they just want attention for their problems. Are they problem solvers where you give them the information and they're going to try to solve the problem on their own? Or are they just looking for someone to talk to about their problems? So I'm going to play that video because it brings to light a certain aspect of what people may encounter even I say counseling, in the mentorship, sometimes in the coaching relationship, even in the counseling relationship too. Um, so one second, I'm going to play the video. And look, I don't care if, I come on here. Sometimes I have people come on. Sometimes I don't. And to me, it's like I don't care if people come on or not because to me, this information, this content is evergreen. And so I just repurpose this, and what I love about Substack is that they have those clips. They make those clips for you, similar to what Opus does. And so I just repurpose those clips on YouTube. So I doesn't matter to me whether someone comes in or not. I love engagement, but at the same time, I this is my part of my content creation strategy. So I'm gonna play the video of it. Video I want to play. Hold on. Ooh, yeah, did not show that video. Share my screen. The setting, one setting on the video. I didn't share it. All right, share the video now. Start from the beginning. The sound wasn't on. So So, yeah, this is why we have to charge for any sort of professional helping when it comes to business or career, whether it's coaching, whether you're doing mentorship, whether you're doing consulting, because you are going to come across people like this. Like the man was saying, you're going to come across people that um, seem to have the best intentions in terms of wanting to change their lives. But when you spend time with them, you notice that it's just they're doing a lot of dwelling in their problems, but less are motivated to take any action, despite having you giving them all the tools, the resources, the information, expertise. They're not committed to making a change. And for you to sit there and do all that heavy lifting for free, because you're not going to know off the gate that they're like that. What you're going to get is someone, their representative, someone that's very different, someone that seems motivated, someone that seems engaged, because they're also trying to attract you um, for your services. And so you're meeting their representative up until the point you start meeting with them ongoing, then the mask starts to come off. And you're going to notice that a lot of the things they seemed willing or wanting to do, when it comes down to doing the actual work, they don't do it. And that's fine. People can move at the pace they want to move, but if they're not moving at all or they're moving very slowly and you're not charging for your services, then you're putting yourself in a position where you can be burnt out for free. And that's not fair to you, especially if you're a business owner, especially if you are um or you have a job as well. Like maybe you might be a business owner and run a business on the side. I mean, a business owner and have a job. Or maybe you're just a career professional. But outside of job, outside of business, you have personal responsibilities and obligations. We all do. And you're meeting with our and they can change it a little learning, but you know, and then come to find out they are not what you don't give them. They are perception. They're motivated. Money is like an insurance policy to protect you, your time, and for your energy. That's what the money is for. That's why you have to know that there was another coach and mentor that's part of a community that I'm a part of, and well, I don't know what he is. I just know he had responded to a post I made, and he said that a lot of coaches, mentors, consultants, they charge for their time because they cannot guarantee results. And I never thought about it that way. Maybe that's why some people lowball themselves because they can't guarantee results. And what I would say is, consider a contract. I'm part of a community where there is also a lawyer who gives away game for free on school. And he was saying that when someone asked the question about, being a coach and how to protect yourself against people coming after you when they don't get the results they want, he was saying, rightfully so, to look at doing a contract with them, a contract which stipulates, you guarantee the knowledge, but you cannot guarantee the results. As a way to safeguard yourself from any sort of litigation, possible litigation, and things of that matter. And I love that too. Do I think it's absolutely necessary? No, because I think that's a should be a clear understanding that you can only give you can't, your life experience, your lived experience, um, may be different than someone else's, and in terms of the way you do what you do, and the position you're in may be the reason why you're successful versus someone else with a different type of lived experience. They may have the knowledge and the skills that they may have the knowledge that you give them, but do they have the skills to execute it? And if they don't have the skills to execute, or maybe the motivation to execute it, then it should be understandable that they're not going to have the same results as you. So, I would think that it's an assumption that they cannot expect to have the same level of success as you, especially if you've been in the game longer than they have. But anyway, it couldn't hurt to have a contract and outline it, because we know some people are um, litigation happy, right? They love to go to court, and even though it's a very small chance that they will win unless you're doing something egregious. Um, who wants to have to go to court and get a lawyer, and who wants to have to get a lawyer, go to court, spend all that time dealing with that, when you're trying to run a business or go to work? So, it's a nice little safeguard to have that contract in place, especially if money is changing hands. But what I will say is, don't not charge something. Discovery calls are great. That's If you want to have a discovery call with someone and give them an opportunity to see if you're a good fit, fine. But as I said before, don't allow them to get over on you by trying to get as much information from you in that 30 minutes. I know a lot of people who do only 15-minute discovery calls, okay? They don't 30 minutes for me was long. In fact, if I could go back, I would have done maybe, 20 minutes or less. Um, but when you're in the coaching game or mentorship game and you're doing a bunch of lives all the time. And I get it. Lives are like um when you do those lives, it's like marketing. It's a way to draw in the audience, to get them to pique their interest. But you also have to gauge how much you give away in that, and how much you often you do that. That's why you have a website. That's why you might have to put boots on the ground and partner with different organizations. If it's hard for you to get individual clients, and let them be funnel. But don't be going on live every single day trying to get clients and get rid of everything, because those people won't. They'll do certain people. Those people. All they'll do is go on every single time you go, screenshot right down the information you're giving them, and then try to do it on their own and DIY it and not get your services. Will they get the same results as you? So be careful. Make sure you have healthy boundaries. That's what you um give away and what you keep to yourself. Keep the golden nuggets to yourself. It's not gatekeeping. What you're doing is, if you are running a business, that's part of business. If you're coaching, you have a coaching program, if you have a mentorship program, you don't give away all the gems for free. You give little droplets, little um breadcrumbs to lead them back to you so that they pay for your service. I'm not a big fan of school, because of the fact that I feel that so many coaches and mentors sell themselves short on school, and a lot of times they either don't charge, or they charge very, very little because they're just trying to bring in the numbers and the volume. Um, and you have to charge what you're worth. If all you think you're worth is $20 a month, it's very easy for people to say, to not show up and not be invested. Okay. Um, so at White Collar, we offer free accounts, but free is you just sitting on there, and you're not connected to any mentors or skills voters, as we call them. You're just sitting on there. You sign up, you just sit on there. You don't get any services for free. You don't get any mentorship for free. You don't get any connection for free. You just on there with your account. So we have done the gamut of just checking the time. We have 5 minutes. We have done the whole gamut of free versus not free. People did not show up to the free. People did not, when we had our events. They would sign up, not show up. Even when we had our events at the $25 price point for our mentorship matchmaking and career fair events, when we had a $25 price point, people still would not show up for free. Now, $25 to me, I don't know about you, but I'm showing up, right? Maybe $10 I can let go, but I'm cheap. $25 I'm showing up. But this is what I go back to is what the man was saying, how invested people are. Some people know they have the problem, they don't like their job, they feel stuck in where they're at, or they want to start a business and they have a business, it's not growing, it's not monetized, but it's just more comfortable to be where they're at. They're scared of change, or they don't want to put in the work. And so in order for them to have true buy-in is the price has to go up, right? They're only going to invest if they feel like they can't it's gonna hurt a little to let go of that money, right? So my lesson from that was I have to charge more now because they're not showing up at the $25. So that means I have to maybe go to $40, you know? That was advice that I got from one of the mentors I had for our business was you have to charge it up to hurt a little. Just a little, not to make people destitute, but just enough and hurt a little, and just enough to make sure that they show up in our calendar. So keep that in mind, because I know and I'm a counselor by trade, a therapist by trade. I know what it feels like to have a helping heart and want to help people. So know that the caveat of this is there are a lot of people that seek out people they know want to help and take advantage of that. And so that's why I always go back to be careful about the advice you give for free. And that's where I'll leave it. I'm not going to go any further. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. Um, you know, I'm more of a storyteller than the bullet points like number 1, do this, number 2, do this. And now also I feel kind of like, yeah, it's really great with kind of summarizing what you're saying by having those bullet points. But I believe in telling stories. I'm also a writer as well. And so I love to tell a story to give people real value about why I'm saying what I'm saying, like the point that I'm making. Know your worth and charge for it. That's what I will leave you with. If you're skeptical about your worth, in terms of being able to be a coach or a mentor to someone, maybe that's indicative of you needing some more further training and skills building yourself so that you can charge confidently. Maybe you need to get some mentorship and coaching so that you know that what you're saying and what you're doing is correct. And so we have our platform. It's on Google Play Store, Apple App Store. It's a mobile app. It's not web based. So you could take it wherever you go on your phone, on your smart device. We currently are going to be starting back our career fairs in August. And so we'll be having some career fairs. You can also connect to a skills builder on our app. But yeah, if you have any hesitation about you being able to teach someone a skill set and charge for it, then again, that might be your intuition telling you you're not ready yet to be in this position because this position, it does come with a lot of responsibility, but it also comes with confidence. You need to be confident about what you're saying. And if you aren't, maybe you need some mentorship as well. All right, that's it. I gotta go. Y'all take care. Have a great weekend. See you soon. Bye bye.